Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, as usual, many things to say, many updates to give you also because the market is heating up, the World Cup is coming, and so we are ready to jump into it together and to give you all the very latest on the market. Let me start with a talent. Let me start with a very talented winger, and this is Victor Munoz, who is part of this World Cup with the Spanish national team. A very talented winger who did very well at Osasuna in La Liga this season, and this is why Newcastle are ready to attack. Newcastle today have sent an official bid to Osasuna for Victor Munoz with big confidence, because Newcastle believe that the player wants to move. Newcastle believe that the player is ready to make a new step into the Premier League. Victor Munoz has changed his agency a few weeks ago, ready to make a move. And now on the table for Osasuna, there are more than 30 million euros guaranteed for Victor Munoz. Now what happens? Real Madrid have a buy-back clause for Victor Munoz, so Real Madrid can basically activate the clause and bring back the player. Also, Real Madrid have 50% sell-on clause, so it's on Real Madrid to decide. Or they take 50% of the deal, or the player can return to Real Madrid if they pay an extra fee to Osasuna. My understanding is that at the moment the expectation is for Real Madrid to make profit, to Real Madrid not to activate the buyback clause, and for Real Madrid to receive around 16-17 million euros from the sale of Victor Munoz. So this would be the deal. Newcastle are optimistic to close it as soon as possible. Would be an important, interesting addition for Newcastle, because this boy has potential, has quality, and could be very interesting. So follow that one, because Victor Munoz could be one of the here we go of the next days, with Newcastle really optimistic. While we are talking about Real Madrid, another player who is to another club, officially is a Como player, but with Real Madrid having exactly the same formula, buyback and also close for 50% sell-on, is Nico Paz. With Nico Paz, Real Madrid have a contract signed, so it's Real Madrid deciding. Nico Paz or Como cannot do anything. But my understanding, as I told you already in the recent days, and I maintain today, is that Nico Paz has informed Real Madrid in a very fair way that he would like to continue one more season at Como. So let me be clear, Nico Paz is not rejecting Real Madrid. Nico Paz is not saying, I don't want to come to Real Madrid. Nico Paz is saying something like, I am at Como, we play Champions League, I can do one more season here, playing 50 games between Serie A and Champions League, and also having the possibility to be the star of the team, to be the number 10, to be a regular starter, rather than going to Real Madrid and spend a lot of time on the bench. So Nico Paz would be happy to stay one more season at Como, and then eventually in 2027 go back to Real Madrid. Real Madrid, as management, wanted to bring back Nico Paz. Real Madrid were counting on Nico Paz to return immediately. But now this decision depends on Jose Mourinho and also on what they decide to do in midfield. And talking about Real Madrid and midfield, the big bomba of the day is that Real Madrid are in advanced talks to sign Bernardo Silva. Real Madrid have entered into the last 24 hours into serious, concrete and strong negotiations to sign Bernardo Silva. You probably remember that Bernardo initially was in talks with two clubs in Spain, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, with different conditions, different contracts, different salaries, everything was completely different. Now Real Madrid have entered advanced talks to sign Bernardo Silva on a free transfer. That's a bomb, but also don't forget the factor. Jose Mourinho, Portuguese manager, Nico Paz may be staying at Como, so Real Madrid considering the possibility to add one more midfielder, and now Bernardo Silva is a strong option for Real Madrid. Still nothing signed, according to my information, so Bernardo has not signed anything, also because Bernardo already made clear that his intention is to close his future after the World Cup. But now Real Madrid have arrived very strong into this deal. Real Madrid want to close Bernardo Silva as soon as possible. Real Madrid are optimistic. Jose Mourinho is a factor, again, Portuguese manager. Don't forget that the agent who brought Jose Mourinho back to Real Madrid, one of the most powerful agents in the world, Jorge Mendes, is the same agent of Bernardo Silva, and so obviously that's a connection. It's also true that Jorge Mendes is an excellent relationship with Barcelona and with Atletico Madrid, so it's not Jorge Mendes the key of this deal, but for sure that's a factor. The Portuguese factor also for Jose Mourinho, because my understanding is that Jose would be happy to have a quality midfielder, a leader like Bernardo Silva, to help Real Madrid with immediate effect. So Real Madrid have entered very strong this deal, and I would not be surprised if we have a verbal agreement, and here we go soon, because Real Madrid are coming very, very strong for Bernardo Silva. So that's going to be an important one. Then guys, I also wanted to mention something, as we are talking about midfielders again today. I told you the summer of midfielders, not just World Cup, also many movements around midfielders on the market. Today I wanted to discuss also about the Manchester City situation, because on one side there is still the situation of Elliot Anderson. Manchester City yesterday, as I told you, offered £121 million, add-ons included, for Elliot Anderson, 106 plus £15 million. As add-ons for Elliot Anderson. The bid has been rejected by Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest want guaranteed money. Nottingham Forest want that the deal becomes officially the most expensive midfielder in the history of the Premier League. More than Declan Rice, more than Caicedo. So this is what they want from Nottingham Forest. Now, let's see what Manchester City decide to do, because it was already a big proposal. Don't forget what I told you last week. Another player really appreciated, but really appreciated by Manchester City is also Sandro Tonali. So Manchester City have several options in midfield. On Sandro Tonali there is also the interest of other clubs in England, including Arsenal and not only. But for sure it's going to be an interesting couple of days and weeks around midfielders, because Manchester United are working on their deals. I told you about Matheus Fernandes. I told you that Elliot Anderson is considered too expensive by Man United. Manchester City had 2 bids rejected by Nottingham Forest. The second one was a very important bid, £121 million add-ons included, but still not enough to convince Nottingham Forest. Let's see what happens around Sandro Tonali, because we started with Newcastle. Victor Munoz is coming, but Newcastle could lose Sandro Tonali in the summer transfer window. There is movement, there are clubs interested, and this could be a situation to watch for sure. So let's follow this one, let's follow all the latest around these stories, because for sure there is interest. And also, don't forget also the name of managers in these days, because AC Milan are still looking for their new coach. Oliver Glasner is described as very close. According to my information, he's a candidate, but not that close, not done yet. Ruben Amorim and Matthias Geisele from Al Ahly, 2 more candidates for Milan job. On this and much more, guys, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, because every single day we are here together to keep you posted on the market. Many stories and many things happening, so get ready. Let me know your opinion here in the comments on Nico Paz, on Bernardo, on Victor Munoz, on Tonali, on all the rest, and see you soon. Ciao.